That time of year with the temperatures dropping, we start winterizing our homes, but with that comes some precautions we need to be aware of. Battalion Chief David Gerard is here from the Austin Fire Department to educate us on some fire safety measures for winter, right?
Yeah, I think I'd like to start out by saying and reminding folks that the only smoke detectors that save lives are working ones. So regardless of the time of the year, we want to make sure that folks check their smoke detectors monthly, make sure that they're working and that they're clean. And then to remind them to change the batteries twice a year. So that would be the first thing to keep in mind.
And what are some of the more common hazards that you see this time of year?
Well, I think as winter sets in, there's obviously an increased use in space heaters and fireplaces for heating the home. With space heaters, it's important that folks kind of keep them a good distance from combustibles like clothes and curtains. We recommend that folks use newer space heaters that have some sort of automatic shut-off or tip-over safety in place so that if it gets knocked over by a kid or a pet, that heating element shuts off and it doesn't create a fire for them. So with fireplaces, some other common sense things for folks to keep in mind is to have their fireplaces inspected by a certified technician prior to them using them this season to make sure everything is intact, as well to keep a glass or metal screen in front of that fireplace to help keep the embers contained. That's one of the things that would be real helpful.
And, you know, heaven forbid a fire does break out, but if it does, what should people do?
Well, in all cases, we just recommend that folks immediately exit the house and that they call 911 from a neighbor's. Prior to that, that kind of emphasizes the importance of having a home safety plan, and especially if you have kiddos in the house, that's something that needs to be practiced and memorized so that you're in the best position to exit the home safely. Should that occur.
Is this a tricky time of year because, you know, people think with the cooler temperatures they don't normally think of fires breaking out. Normally they associate that with the summer months.
Yeah, I think that's probably true, but the other side of that is when the weather gets colder, folks are going to get warm one way or the other, and so these are the things that they use to make that happen, and with that comes some additional hazards. So the Austin Fire Department, we have a free smoke detector program, and that's one thing that we really want to emphasize at this time, so that if anybody doesn't have a working smoke alarm in their home, they can call our hotline at 974-0299, and then we'll come out and install a smoke detector for them.
Great. So stay warm, but be safe about it.
Stay warm, but be safe.
It's already been a busy year for you guys, so we don't want to add to it.
Right.
Thank you so much for being with us.